It's here in the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. I'm Molly O'Brien. This is Go Local Live, and we are joined with stand-up comedian, and TV personality Carly Aquilino. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We're pumped to have you. A lot of people know you from your time on MTV's Girl Code.
Yeah.
Hilarious. And people might know you. Your following on social media is huge, around 500,000 followers on both Instagram and Twitter. So that's awesome. If you saw us just a moment ago, we were talking about how you got into stand-up, and just if you've always known that's something that you wanted to do. Tell us a little bit about that.
I always thought I wanted to do it, but didn't know if I would really have the nerve to do it and go up on stage and be in front of a bunch of people. I had never really performed before. I was never in theater or anything like that when I was a teenager or anything. So it was more of a nervous thing. I wasn't sure if I could actually do it, and I would always write jokes and sketches and stuff like that, and then I just gave it a shot.
That's amazing.
And it ended up working out.
Well, yeah, you're here, right? You've made it. You have your own tour and all that on MTV. You said you wrote sketches. Do you have that kind of stuff, or did your family save those kind of little momentum so you can go back and look?
I remember when I had been doing stand up a couple years, I had found a notebook and a file on my laptop that I was always writing in, and I was burn this paper. Get rid of all of it, because I just couldn't. I was I can't believe I thought this was funny.
Oh,
but that's how you kind of have to learn.
Yeah, that's true.
I had this whole bit about ketchup, different types of ketchup. I was this is not. I was reading it what happened here? Why would this inspire me? But it's definitely changed and evolved since then.
That's so true. It's just everyday stuff could be inspiration. Where do you get your inspiration from that you think is funny now? Maybe ketchup wasn't so good. But what about today? Because you are funny today and you made a career out of it. So
yeah.
What about today? Where do you get your inspiration?
I kind of just, with whatever I'm going through in my life, whether it's my family, my friends, my boyfriend, if I'm dating someone, if I'm single, anything like that, I just kind of take it from whatever I'm going through in my life at the time. That way it can evolve and change as I grow.
That's so true. And do you feel like people find you funny because you are relatable in that term?
Yeah, I definitely think that the things that I get the most feedback from, if I'm doing a joke on stage or if I post about something on social media, the things that I get the most feedback from are the relatable things, about just girl stuff, dating and being in a relationship and stuff like that.
And in that sense, ketchup is relatable, so it could be
Exactly.
funny.
Everybody eats it.
Exactly. We all
everybody's tried it. Yeah.
In some way or another.
Yeah.
So you have a couple shows coming up this weekend. You have a show tonight at Comedy Connection, and then you have 2 shows tomorrow, which that could be tiring. We were just talking about that a moment ago, but that's so awesome. What is it like for you to go out there and perform? You were just up in Mass. You just came a minute ago from there. What's it like for you to be out on tour doing something that you have kind of always wanted to do?
It's a really cool feeling. It's definitely something. I've seen so many parts of the country that I never would have had a reason to go to.
That's
and
awesome.
Everywhere I go, I kind of find the local things that are, the main attractions of whatever city or town or wherever I am. So that's always really exciting. And to be able to work while doing it is the best.
That's neat. Have you found out anything interesting in the local attraction of Rhode Island? Have anybody given you tips or anything?
I just got here 45 minutes ago.
Just now
But while we were driving in, we saw that there's a festival this weekend.
Yeah, there's a ton.
Or a fair, a street fair or something.
There's a lot,
that's my favorite, because I love everything fried.
Yeah.
So if there's going to be fried Oreos, fried pickles, fried anything, I'm here for
You're
it.
in.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, we have, there are a ton of things going on. In fact, coming up in a couple interviews from now, we're talking about the Providence Honk Festival, which is just a huge celebration of music. We have a ton of good food here, too. So up on Federal Hill, we have a ton of good food. There's a festival going on there. So if you're sticking around for a while, definitely get out.
Yeah.
Get some good food.
Definitely.
Get some good food. Good. Well, tell us a little bit about what people can expect if they are going to their show. If you don't already have tickets, get some tickets for Comedy Connection. What can people expect if they head out to one of your shows or follow you on social media?
I think that no matter what age you are, I think that it does relate to people because it's just real life things, either that you've been through or you're going through or something like that. So I think the relatable aspect, no matter who you are, even men come up to me and they're like, oh, I feel that way too, or my girlfriend does that, or something like that. So that's always really exciting, and I think that's a fun part of it.
Do you feel like there's pressure to be funny? Do you feel like you have to be on? Because now you have built up this career for yourself, and through TV and through social media. Do you feel like you always have to be on when you go out in public, or when you're out talking to fans or whoever? Do you feel like there's that pressure?
I don't know. I always just try and be myself. I don't think I think it's noticeable if someone's trying really hard to like be funny or put an act on for someone. So I'm like, I am what I am, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't really try hard to make anybody feel a certain type of way. I'm like, this is what I am. And if I'm having a really bad day, then that sucks. But
then, well,
it's normal.
Everybody has them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. I think it's important to be yourself, and then your personality will shine through if you're funny or not, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's talk a little bit about some of the challenges of being a stand-up comedian. What do you find challenging about it?
It's definitely hard to. It's the hours are weird for me. They kind of work because I'm up all night anyway. But a lot of times you don't get home until late. I think being a girl, it's hard for a man to understand that part of your life where it's like, oh, you're just coming home at 2 or 3 in the morning all the time, and you're busy every night and stuff like that. So I think that it could be challenging to kind of sustain a relationship if someone doesn't understand your lifestyle. Those are the two main things, and always trying to feel inspired and be creative and have new things, have new material is also stressful, but that's the fun part of it, and that's the exciting stuff too.
Yeah, I can see how that would be difficult, especially for people in your life who don't understand. You're always traveling, you're always busy, the schedule is different. I can see how that could be tough.
Yeah.
What do you love about it?
I love everything about it. I think it's fun to perform. I think it's fun to share things with people, even though it's like a group of strangers. It's like I feel like it's cool to make a connection with people and feel their energy and see what they think is funny. It's just fun to perform and do it. It's cool because it's your words too. It's not like a script that somebody else wrote that you're just kind of acting. It's like, this is my life, this is what I am, and hopefully you can find something in it.
Yeah, hopefully you can make a connection with people out in the audience. I think that's a good point. That it's your words, not you're reading off of someone else. That's interesting.
Yeah,
I like that. Let's talk a little bit about your time with MTV. It's Girl Code. So it's pretty neat. If you haven't gotten a chance to watch it, I've watched some clips online. But a little bit about Girl Code. It's a strong and smart female-driven comedy series. That's how they describe it online. How did you get involved with the series?
From doing stand-up, actually. I'm from New York City, and I was doing a show in New York. And the creator of Girl Code, Guy Code was the original show, and then Girl Code was the spin-off of it for MTV. So the creator of Guy Code and Girl Code was there. We had, met a couple times before that. He had seen my stand-up. I happened to have a good set, and he was like, come in and audition for this show. We don't know what's going to happen with it. And then it ended up just taking off and being a really great thing that resonated with a lot of people. So it was very cool.
Do you think that female empowerment through humor or whatever the case is really clicking with people right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that now's a good time too, and I think it's the most important time for us to talk about it and kind of spread it around.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I think people finding ways to go about that through whether it's music or through humor is really taking off. So kudos to you. So let's go to your social media following, because it's huge. Close to 500,000 followers on Instagram, 500,000 followers on Twitter. Do you like social media? Do you feel like there's pressure to always be tapping in? Do you feel like you have a connection with your fans?
Yeah, I like social media. I'm not obsessed with it, but I use it all the time, and I use it I think the normal amount, which is really a lot, all the time. I'm like, I know people's lives. I feel like I'm friends with people that I've never met in real life.
If you saw them in the street, you wouldn't know, but you're friends.
Exactly.
You know everything about them.
Yeah.
Your dog. Yeah.
I do that. Like, I'm like, oh, like this person just got married. Like, I've never met her, but I know her husband's name. I know that she's like having a baby. Like everything. So that's like a weird part of it, but it's also just the day that we live in now. It's not weird anymore. But I do really like it. I'm always on social media, and I don't feel pressure to post, but I like to post, and I like to, you know, talk to people and reach out and stuff like that.
Cool.
I do always wonder how many of my followers are robots, though.
Oh, yeah.
Because I remember I remember looking and being like, oh my god, I have so many, like I had way more than I have now. And it was when Instagram was doing that like sweep where they were getting rid of all the robots, and I lost like half of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this was years and years ago.
Jeez.
So I was like, oh my god, that's depressing.
You're like, that's okay, bots can follow me.
Exactly. I'm like, I
cool.
encourage the bots. I'm here for it. Yeah.
I support bots.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I guess I didn't realize there were that many fake Instagram. I knew there was a ton on Twitter. I guess I didn't realize there were that many on Instagram.
I didn't know until they were getting rid of them.
Until they were gone.
Them. Yeah.
I miss all those fake fans out there.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, I saw back in August that you were trying to go vegan, eat vegan in August. How did that go? Are you still doing it? What's the deal?
I'm going like in and out. I'm doing it like day to day, deciding what I want to be that day. I did it for, I want to say almost a full month though.
Wow,
going vegan is really hard to do.
Yeah.
Because even vegetarian options that are meatless, they have like eggs in them. Yeah. So it's, you don't like really factor all of that into it. So it's definitely a pain, especially if you're going out to dinner with your friends or in social settings. But I liked it. I felt really good about it. I felt healthy. I was like, you know, excited, and then I was just like, I don't know.
And then,
cheese? No cheese? Is this a life that I want to live? You know?
They make vegan cheese.
It's not good. It's not.
If you find the right one,
I don't know.
And get used to it.
Yeah. I feel like when someone's like, oh, this vegan cheese, because that's what I was saying to people. I'm like, yeah, the like chicken, the vegan chicken, it tastes just like regular chicken. It's kind of like when people are like, my cat is so cool, he's kind of like a dog. You're like, well, if he was so cool, why couldn't he just be a cool cat? He's not a dog, you know?
That's funny.
That's just how I feel about it. I'm like, I'm done trying to convince. Yeah. But I do like vegan options.
Cool.
So I'd go day to day.
Good for you. And was there a reason why you decided? You just wanted to
watched a documentary.
There you go.
It's called What the Health. Don't watch it.
Or do watch it and make a change.
Do watch it and make a change.
There you go.
If you want to give up the things that make you happy in life, like cheese and milk.
Like cheese.
Yeah.
And milk. There you go.
And eggs.
Yeah.
That was what I missed the most.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is that you don't realize how much stuff, all that stuff is in. It's in everything.
Yeah.
So you have to make a conscious effort if you're doing that. I gave up dairy, and I think the hardest thing for me is finding things like chocolate. It's in I mean, dairy's in chocolate. So.
Yeah, it's in everything. Yeah. I didn't realize until I went vegan. I was vegetarian for 5 years.
Yeah.
I was like fine with that, but vegan and cutting out dairy is a nightmare.
But you know, you feel good.
I did.
So good for you.
Yeah.
I was kind of curious on that. All right. So as we kind of wrap up here, what are a couple things that do you think, you know, you share a lot on social media, you know a lot about other people, you've been around for a while and out on tour and stuff. What are some things you think that maybe people don't know about you that you'd like people to know about you?
Things that I can crochet. I feel like not enough people know that about me.
That's awesome.
I learned how to crochet. I can't really
like
make anything. I think my cousin taught me. Like a few years ago when I had surgery, I was like, oh, well, I have nothing. I'm just working with my hands. Like I had nothing to really do. So she had taught me how to crochet, but I can't make like circle things. I can only make like squares. So I can make like placemats probably.
That's good.
Blankets.
That'd be a lot of crocheting.
Really a long time that would take me.
Scarf.
A scarf, yeah. I can make squares and rectangles.
Hey,
kind of like lopsided. But still very good, and I want people to know that about me. That's my secret.
You can like sell them at your shows.
Yeah.
Like some autograph.
My terrible scarves. Yeah.
Autograph it with a Sharpie would be so weird.
Yeah.
Really weird souvenir.
Yeah. But that's my hidden gem. Yeah.
Cool. So, again, Carly is here. She's performing at 7 o'clock. Wait, is it 7 o'clock tonight? 7 o'clock tonight.
7 o'clock tonight.
And then you have 2 shows tomorrow, I believe, at the Comedy Connection. So look up the times. I had it. I just know one's at 10. Is it 8 o'clock tomorrow?
I think it's 8 and 10.
Okay.
Well,
look up Comedy Connection website and make sure so you can get tickets. And where are you off to next?
Next, I'm going to Buffalo.
Cool.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Good
very
stuff.
fun.
Good stuff. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Before you go, would like to grab a